Burkina Faso's former president, Blaise Compaore, the main accused in a long-awaited trial on the 1987 assassination of his predecessor, Thomas Sankara, will boycott the upcoming proceedings, according to his lawyers. In the trial opening this Monday, Compaore and 13 others face an array of charges in the death of Sankara, a charismatic revolutionary leader described as the African Che Guevara. We have not even been notified of the procedure. We have not received any indictment, nor any statement of charges, nor any expert opinion, nor any testimony, nothing. We weren't able to fight this procedure, which is why we consider that this is not a trial, it is a sham trial. Compaore's lawyers say the military tribunal was an exceptional court that lay aside common law. They believe Compaore has immunity as a former head of state. This is a political court simply because it is not a court of common law. It is not the judicial court or the high court or criminal or correctional court with a jury that would judge him. It is a military court presided over by a magistrate surrounded by army colonels. And this is all the more shocking because President Blaise Compaore should benefit from immunity due to his position as the former head of state, as provided for in Article 168 of the Constitution of Burkina Faso. Compaore was himself forced out of office in 2014 by a popular uprising after 27 years in power and fled to Ivory Coast, where he obtained Ivorian nationality. In Burkina Faso, 14 people, including the former president, will stand trial for the killing of Thomas Sankara in 1987, the country's revolutionary leader and a Pan-African symbol. Near the Thomas Sankara Memorial Site, where he was assassinated 34 years ago, street vendors and visitors say they expect the trial to shed light on his murder. We can feel the passion around these fateful dates, since they are Ivorians, Malians, Togolese, who come to buy T-shirts and Sankara necklaces to get ready for October 11. The trial of the alleged perpetrators of the assassination, including his former friend Blaise Compaore, who succeeded him as president and went on to rule for 27 years, opens Monday in the capital Ouagadougou. We expect this trial to shed light on his murder. They have to tell us why a man like that could be murdered like that. So we're really wanting to know the truth. The vast majority of Burkinabe citizens are waiting for the truth to come out about this case. Thomas Sankara had the capacity to make sacrifices up to the ultimate sacrifice to promote human ideas, social values, development and independence and so on. All things that promote a certain dignity of the African people. Dubbed Africa's Che Guevara, Thomas Sankara wanted to decolonize minds across the continent. Despite his short time in power, he remains for many a severed figure. Aluna Traoré, a former comrade of Pan-African icon and Burkina Faso's ex-president, Thomas Sankara, explains how he was the only one to survive the 1987 coup where Sankara was assassinated, along with 12 others. 34 years on, the perpetrators are finally scheduled to be tried on Monday in Ouagadougou. We had a meeting planned in this room around 4 p.m. The comrade president arrived last. We were waiting for him in the meeting room here. And as soon as he arrived, the meeting began. So we started the meeting and I had just been sent to Benin for a mission. I had the floor. I had just enough time to say I left Ouagadougou and started my report when we heard shooting from outside and someone shout in a rather strong tone, "Get out! Get out!" So after these orders, the comrade president got up, adjusted his clothing and went out that way with his hand up. He was shot at point-blank range at the entrance to this room. Traoré hopes that at the trial the truth finally gets told about Sankara's assassination, but he accepts it will not be able to restore the dreams he had for Burkina Faso. The major expectation I have is that the truth finally gets told. The truth that a group of men, and particularly President Thomas Sankara, was murdered for loving his country. If the trial could allow us to establish this truth. Ex-President Compaore has long denied suspicions he organized the murder of his former comrade in arms, but throughout his long years in power, Sankara's death was always taboo.
Thousands of Tunisian demonstrators have gathered in the capital on Sunday to protest against President Kais Saied's exceptional measures. Critics have described the latest measures as a coup. Many see the president's actions as a return to autocracy and a return to the same status quo that led to the Arab Spring in 2011.
The future in Tunisia is really scary to me. For now, we don't know what are we going to have as institution. We don't have a parliament. We don't have democracy in our country. I am really scared.
We need this crowd to be 10 times more, and not just in Tunis, but in all the governorates, in all the big cities, have to be everywhere. We have to get to the stage of civil disobedience, because if Kais Saied, if those who carried out the coup stay in place, then Tunisia will be financially ruined and we will have a civil war, like Lebanon 40 years ago. On September 22nd, the president partially suspended the 2014 constitution, giving himself the power to rule by decree. President Saied justified his actions by saying he's saving the country from a triple economic, political and health crisis.
The destruction at the vast German open-pit coal mine has implications far beyond Europe, in distant countries like Uganda, for example. Ugandan climate activist Vanessa Nakate argued during a visit to the Gatswela lignite mine, where locals say expanding the mine runs counter Germany's goal to reduce greenhouse gas emissions.
With the expansion of this coal mine, it means people's cultures will be destroyed, people's traditions, people's histories of this place. So when I come here and I see how huge this coal mine is and think about how RWE is responsible for 0.5% of 0.5 degrees of the emissions, it's really disturbing to see how much destruction is taking place.
Vanessa said weather patterns are changing in our country and that they are witnessing extreme climate conditions there due to rising global temperatures. The activists are also opposed to the destruction of villages such as Lutzerath and nearby woods to make way for the mine.
It's absurd that my friend Vanessa has to come here from Uganda to show people that what we are doing here in Germany, that what RWE is doing here, that's affecting countries like Uganda.
Coal mining is due to end in Germany by 2038, but environmentalists say it needs to stop much earlier.